Welcome to our Google Apps for Education tutorial. I'm going to take a few moments to do an overview of Google Apps for you, and we're going to be meeting and going over some specific strategies and things that you might be interested in doing with Google Apps. So what I would like to do is first have you go to your Chrome browser, because Chrome interfaces really nicely with Google Apps. And with Chrome open, you need to go up to the very top, change the URL address, and type in our domain address, which is google.com/a, and you'll see it appears automatically, /stpatsschoolag.com. That's our unique address that you'll need to go to. You can't just log into a Google account. You have to go to that address. Then you're going to log in with your username, which will be your first initial last name at /stpatsschoolag.com. I've created a demo account, so I'm going to go ahead and use the demo account to get us started. Then use your unique password to get in. All right, and then we're going to be logged in. Now, as soon as we get logged into Google Apps, I want to share a few things about it and some of the advantages that Google Apps has. One of them is it's a platform for creating, sharing, collaborating with your Google Apps. I think that's the biggest difference between Google Apps and Microsoft Office, is that ability to share and collaborate. The other thing is it's in the cloud, so you don't have to carry on a thumb drive or anything like that, because everything's stored there for you. You can access this on any device, be it a Mac or a PC, what have you. The only difference that I see is that it's a more simplified version of Microsoft Office. Now, over here on the right, you're going to see that you're logged in. I'm going to show you two places to really access your apps. You can go through the main page here and do that, but over here where the 9 dots are, we're going to click on that because there's more apps available to you there, and I want you to be aware of that. You've got your search field, you have sites, which we'll cover later on, which allows you to create web pages, which is a really unique thing that Google offers us. And then we have Gmail. Now, we're not going to be using our Gmail because we have Microsoft Office Exchange and it uses the same domain name. So our Gmail account is not enabled right now, just so you're aware of that. You have Calendar, which I know you may be familiar with, and then we have Drive, which is our hard drive. And I'm going to be covering Drive, Docs, Slides, and Sheets. But what I want you to see is if you click More, you're going to see there are more apps available to you. You've got Maps, you've got YouTube, you've got News, Translate, so on, and then Google Classroom, which I'll also cover at a later date. And then you can even click More Apps there, and you'll find out more apps that are available. For right now, we're going to just highlight the basics. So I'm going to click on Google Drive. And with Google Drive, this is your Drive account, and it's just like My Documents or the hard drive on your computer. And so this is where you store all your documents here. You can access it from here. And then over here on the left are some things that you can actually do to create documents. So the first you can click on is New. And you can see you can upload a folder to your Google Drive from your desktop, and it can be a Microsoft Office document. It'll convert it into a Google document. And then you can see down here we have Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, and if you click More, we have Forms and Drawing. So I'm going to cover some of these today. So let's click on Google Docs. One of the first things you're going to notice with Google Docs is that it looks just like Microsoft Office. And so up on the top left corner, the first thing you're going to want to do is title it, so you don't end up with a bunch of documents called Untitled Document. Now we're going to title this Demo. You're going to title it whatever is appropriate to the assignment or activity that you're doing with the document. And then once you've done that, the neat thing about Google Apps is everything gets saved here automatically. You don't have to do any saving. It does it periodically, continuously, 24/7. And then up at the top, you have all the various tabs that you would have in Microsoft Office, which I'm going to make the assumption you know how to use. And if you want me to get into this in more detail, feel free to ask me, and I'll be happy to do that at a later date. Then you have everything here streamlined on the toolbar. And a couple of things I want to show you that are unique is over here on the right is the Share. So what you can do is click on that, and this allows you to actually share this with other people, this document. And you have some permissions here you can do. You can share it so they can edit it. So this can be real-time collaboration where you're actually typing things in and you'll actually see them also type at the exact same time in a different color. And I think that Google allows up to 10 people per document, something to that effect. You can actually have people comment on your document. That means they're not editing, they're just giving you feedback, or you can have them just view it, which means they can't edit and they can't comment. And this is a really unique feature that Google Apps offers. And click Done. Then over here, you'll also see there's comments. So I'm going to type a little something in here just so you can see what that looks like. So I'm going to type in test, and then I'm going to click on comments. And what's going to happen is it's going to allow me to add a comment to this document. And you're going to notice it highlighted that right there, test. And then I can add here some feedback. So here's where students could be sharing documents with you or other staff members, and you can be giving each other feedback. So I'm just going to write the word feedback in here, and it would be whatever feedback that would be appropriate for whatever task that you're doing. Then click comment. And then you'll notice that it's highlighted, and over here you have feedback. So what you can do to resolve that is click up here, and you can either edit it or delete it. I'm going to delete it because this is just a demo and we don't necessarily need this. But if there were some grammar errors and you wanted to correct those, you could resolve that over to the side if that was one way that you were looking at using this for feedback. So this is docs, and then over on the top left you can see right next to the word demo, you can see these lines here. If you click on that, this is going to get you to the docs drive, you might say, and this shows you all the docs you've created in here. And then if you want, what you can do is you can close this to get back to drive, or you can go back to drive this way. There's a number of ways you can get there, but now we're back to drive. So now I'm going to go up, and you're going to see here in our hard drive that we have one document. I'm going to click new again. I'm going to go down to Google Sheets. Now in Google Sheets, you're going to see that this is just like Excel spreadsheets. So I can do rows and columns and so on, and I can go up here and I can insert charts and etc. and so on, and create a table, and the same features are available with sharing and commenting and so forth. So I'm just going to title this demo. I'll click OK, and you'll be able to see this also in our hard drive. I'm going to close that. All right, so there it is. I have my demos. You'll notice the color coordinates with the specific app. I'm going to click back up here again. I'm going to go down to Google Slides. And I'm just kind of touching on this for you. And we can get into detail if you're really interested in it. I'm making the assumption that you do know how to use Word and you've used PowerPoint and Excel and all those types of things. But please give me some feedback about this. I'd be happy to go in depth with you. So now here with Google Slides, it's like PowerPoint. I'm going to choose a theme. They're going to ask you to do that right off the bat. Then you're going to notice here that you have your title slide. You can go up here to slides. You can add new slides. And you can begin to build your Google slide presentation. And then over here you can go to insert, and you can add a text box and images and video and word art and so on, just like you would do in PowerPoint. One of the unique things I think though that Google Slides offers us is the ability to share on the fly. So any device that's available to you that has access to the internet, you can log in and you can share your presentation. And I think that's a really great feature. Don't have to have the thumb drive and so on. And I'm going to go ahead and change this to demo. And I'm going to click OK. All right, and then again, if you want to present this, you can see up here, you can press the word present. And I don't have any data in here or anything for us to see, but I'll click on it just so you can see what it looks like. Gives you a full screen. You can click through, hit escape, and then you're back out. Okay, so let's go back to Drive. Okay, so now I'm going to go up here again, and I'm going to go to More. Now, in a later tutorial, I'm going to cover Google Forms with you in a little more detail, but what I'm going to finish with today is Google Drawing. Now, Google Drawing is just like Paint, and it gives you the same features that Paint would give you. And this would be a great tool if you're creating a graphic organizer of sorts and you wanted to share that, or a mind map, and you wanted students collaborating on that. You could do anything you want in here in terms of drawings. And so I'm going to go up here and insert some shapes just so you can see how this works. So we'll add a circle. Oops. There we go. So I'm just going to add a circle to the center. And then you can go up here to your fill bucket and you can color code that if you so want to. Go back up here to insert, go back to shapes, and you can add any other shapes that you want. And you begin to build this graphic organizer. You can color code it, your mind map, however you want to do that. Click here, and you can begin to connect these various things that you've created. And you can put text boxes in here. And so you can type some things in here. All right, you get the idea. So this is a really nice tool to use for graphics like this. That could again be inserted in a Word document or PowerPoint, can be collaborated on, can be shared, and so forth. So let's go back here. All right, so this is your drive, which is here. If there were documents shared with you, you would click Shared with Me. You could also upload photos here. You could take a look at what was recent. And then you can send things to the trash if you want to clean up this whole area. So I'm going to show you how that works. Just click here. Just drop that in the trash. Just like that. All right, so documents you don't want to see or keep are eliminated. So then when you're done with everything, the last thing that you're going to want to do is log out over here. And before we do that, I hope that you've gotten some things out of Google Apps. This has just been an introduction, and please fill out the survey, give me some feedback, and I look forward to our next tutorial together. So we're going to log out right here, and now we're officially done.